My
Oh my God,
goodness.
have I missed the Virtual Being Summit, Alice?
It's at Saatchi. What are you doing here on my island? Oh, wait, right.
Thank
It's the
God.
virtual being summit. I forgot. It's so great to see you. How are
It
you
hasn't
doing?
started yet. Thank
It
goodness.
hasn't started.
Um,
You haven't missed anything.
thank goodness. All right. Well, this is Edward Saatchi. This is one of my best friends, Alice Lloyd George. And you guys are all at the Virtual Beings Summit. We're on Alice's island right now, which is very exciting. You're going
Apologies
to see
about the
some.
weather. It's unseasonably cold.
It's ridiculously grim, and Alice, for some reason, did not tell me this. So I am wearing a Hawaiian kind of luau costume. I which I'm going to change out of for later, and maybe change back into. So just to keep things fresh. So yeah, Alice, I think you might host a panel here later, or even more than one.
Yeah, I've heard we're going to have some visitors to my island, Valinor. I'm very excited to get into the mix with them and start chatting about all things virtual beings.
Well,
Thanks
it's
for
very welcoming.
putting this all
This
together. It's such an incredible lineup.
this brutal snowstorm really says, I want visit. Thank you so much, Alice. No, it is really beautiful. I mean, I think the people watching will be able to see some. I mean, there's a Bitcoin mine that you're going to be able to see later in Alice's Animal Crossing home, and it's a testament to the amount of attention that Alice has put into being a virtual being. And today, folks are going to see a pretty crazy range of things, from virtual immortality, whether that's Biz Stone from Twitter, his AI talking in conversation, or Digital Deepak, or James Vlahos talking to his father. James Vlahos is the founder of Hereafter, talking to his father, who has died, and being able to reconnect with him, or Eugenia, the founder of Replica, talking to her Replica about problems she's having, her life, how it's going, and kind of the incredible feeling of watching two people have a really intimate conversation, all the way to virtual fashion, a patient talking to a virtual doctor and trying to open up about what's wrong. Going to a meditation where Digital Deepak leads us in a short meditation, to Cyan Bannister, the well-known investor, being in conversation with Alice and I on Animal Crossing in a panel, but then also appearing as an AI through AI Foundation in conversation, and calling out. I mean, it's so bizarre and just so cool. You're going to see, you're not, what I try to do is, as much as possible, make this different to the Virtual Beings Summit in SF or LA, for those of you who have been. And it's almost a year since the one in SF, where it was a lot of us all talking about what was to come. And now the directive I tried to give to all of the companies today, and there are a lot more who weren't able to attend because of scheduling or other things. The thing that I tried to emphasize was show, don't tell. And let's try to put virtual beings in the context of a world in the future, let's say 5 years, where nobody even draws attention to the fact that they're virtual beings. In those first weeks when we were using FaceTime, let's say, everyone drew attention to the fact that they were using FaceTime, and it's so crazy, and does it work? Is it broken? But now we just use Zoom or FaceTime, let's say, as a matter of course. So I wanted to ask people to place the virtual being in context. So today isn't about a kind of feat of engineering and like, oh my God, they pulled it off, isn't it incredible? I wanted today to feel more like a work of art in itself, and an anthology of scenes almost from the future, where virtual beings are not even worthy of comment. They're just part of our lives. And so, I think everyone really followed that, and I hope that's more provocative to people, that we are closing in on a world like that. You're going to see a music video from Michaela. You're going to see a musician, Yona, both kind of perform, but musicians performing, but also talking about their music. So I'm super enthusiastic. This is my first Zoom event. You know, there might be technical difficulties. We have recordings of almost all of these things. So if we're having any kind of issues, we'll put in a recorded presentation rather than the live. But you know, my hope is not the spectacle of you know, suspense about whether or not, you know, we're all going to fall, each company or we are going to fall flat on our faces and the tech demo isn't going to work or something, because that's not the objective of today. The objective is to take you on an emotional journey. So our hope is tearing up. Our hope is laughing. Our hope is a feeling of empathy where you see someone, whether it's the virtual being or the person talking to the virtual being, having an emotion that you've had, being in a situation that you've been in. That's the goal that I have for today, and I hope that by the end you've been on an emotional roller coaster. And yeah, and I want to say thank you to Alice for allowing us to host much of it on her island, for moderating several of these panels. She's a brilliant investor and the lead of Rogue VC, and knows pretty much everyone in this industry, and has connected me with a lot of these people, as well as being an investor in a lot of these companies. So thank you to you, Alice. Really appreciate what you've done.
Well, thank you, Edward. It's an honor to be here, and you know, with this group that you've organized, and I'm thrilled to have these conversations throughout the day. So thanks for letting me be a part of it, and welcome to all the viewers to Virtual Beings.
Yeah, I mean, I think my hope today is that folks get a strong emotional connection, and get a glimpse of what might be possible for virtual beings. The last thing which I'd love people to follow up with me on is today we're announcing the Virtual Beings Venture Capital Alliance, which is something very simple around just bringing founders, young founders, or people just getting started, and entrepreneurs, helping them connect with venture capitalists. So it's something I've done for people attending, or people who've wanted to attend, or people who just know me but maybe aren't as plugged into the Valley world. And it's really important to me, as I've built up relationships with investors to help people as they're getting started. So I created with a few friends the VBVC so you know, follow up with me afterwards. I'm going to send out all of my contact information to follow up about that. And yeah, I'm super hopeful that if you have a virtual beings idea and you want to pursue it, and you've got a prototype, or you've got something, we want to support you and grow this industry and this ecosystem. And the VBVCA is a pretty exciting way for us to do that. So with that, we're going to get started with our first presentation, which is AI Foundation. And yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that.